Very exciting matchup here between two phones that are still undefeated. So we have the Sony Xperia XE Premium, the Moto Z2 Force, and let's go right to it, guys. So excellent specs on both of these phones, Snapdragon 35 and 4GB of RAM. Now both phones have 5.5-inch screen displays. You have a 4K panel on the Sony, Quad HD on the Moto. And yeah, guys, both phones still undefeated. Now, Sony been through a lot of contests so far. As you guys see, Moto first one to boot up. And the Sony really has not lost any. It kind of tied in some of them. For example, the 1+5 matchup was really close, but again, it's not lost. And Moto is still a lot of testing to do, but it's done really well in the speed test comparison so far. Alright guys, so everything closed out on both phones. And first up, we have BBC News, Moto, Amazon, Sony, YouTube, Moto, calculator, and clock, eBay. Sony here, so really good back and forth contest. Alright, iFunny. Sony by a couple milliseconds, but extremely close. Photos. Again, I think the same result. Modern Combat 5. So if this, you're going to see more of a difference. This will tell us more about the performance of these phones. Whew, extremely close. Can't get much closer than that. Settings. Maybe Moto by a couple milliseconds. Temple Run 2. Alright guys, so been a great, very close matchup so far. And this one going to Sony. Asphalt 8 next, and then we're going to move on to more stuff. And this one going to the Sony. And Tutu is next, and you see 180,000 on the Sony, 175,000 on the Moto. And look at the rankings. So Sony had of everything besides the 1+5. Alright guys, let's do Chrome next. Alright guys, let's run through and clear out the web history on both phones. And let's go back in. Alright guys, let's do IGN.com first. And this one going to the Sony. IMDb next. Sony here. And then two more, let's do Sony.com. Again, we have the Xperia here, and final one was to Motorola.com. Motorola. And this one going to the Moto, but overall it does go to Sony. Camera speed next. Now on the Sony you have one camera 19 megapixels, on the Moto you have two, both are 12 megapixels. And one of those cameras on the Moto is black and white. But for now we're testing out the speed. So yeah, the Moto is not that fast taking pictures. Sony isn't that fast either, but still faster than the Moto. So yeah, Sony winning this one. Guys, after recording that part and rewatching, just noticed that you can't see me actually pressing the button on the Sony. So let me bring back in Yarn Yoshi. And yeah, we actually do have a software update here for the XE Premium, but this is just a security update, so really not important. Alright, so again, we're just testing out the camera speed here. And let me just look at the camera, make sure you guys can see that. Okay. Yoshi back a little bit. Alright guys, so there's a better view of it. Fingerprint scanner speed next, so on the Moto it is right here, and on the Sony it's right here on the side. So testing out the speed. And yeah guys, this is extremely fast and accurate on both phones. Extremely reliable. Works pretty much 100% of the time. Let me know in the comments if you think one is faster. Alright guys, a really great test so far and still one more test to do. But before that, let's go over the specs for both phones. Now, 5.5 inch screens on both, 4K panel on the Sony, Quad HD on the Moto. 2 cameras on the Moto, both are 12 megapixels, again one is for black and white. 19 megapixels on the Sony, super slow motion camera, 960 frames per second. Now, front facing on the Sony is 13 megapixels, on the Moto it is 5. In terms of internal storage, 64 gigabytes, micro SD card support on both. Both phones Snapdragon 835, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Now the Sony is waterproof, the Moto is not. The Sony does have a headphone jack, the Moto does not. Both USB Type-C at the bottom. Now my least favorite thing about the Moto is the battery. So the Sony has a 3230 capacity battery, whereas the Moto has a 2730. So again guys, this is the single worst thing about the Moto. Now I think most people will be okay getting through a full day with the battery. But if you're doing heavy use, it's definitely going to be a struggle. And that's especially true for a year or two from now, you know, when the battery drains some and isn't at the full capacity. Both phones are on Android 7.1 Nougat, and I really like the user interface on both. I feel like they're pretty close to pure Android. Not a lot going on in the background, not going to slow down your phone. But what Sony and Motorola do put on, I feel like the apps that they put on, the software they put on is pretty beneficial. And of course, both phones are flagship phones. They're going to run you premium around $700. Now, Moto has Modal Mods, and I have an example right here. So basically, these are things you can put on the back of the phone, connect right here. And so for this, for example, this boosts the sound. This is a speaker. You can also get battery extender. You can get a camera, things like that. And let's take a quick look at the design of the phones. So beautiful designs on both. You have metal designs. And obviously on the Sony, this is extremely unique. Very nice looking. And as you guys see, USB-C here at the bottom. Headphone jack on the Sony, not on the Moto. Let me know in the comments which design you prefer. Last up, guys, we have multitasking. So let's do Temple Run 2 first. Alright, excellent. Not restarting on either phone. Next up, let's go back towards the beginning. And let's do Amazon. Okay, so we have the Moto here. iFunny. Slight advantage there for the Sony. Photos. Very close. BBC News. Sony there. Let's do Asphalt 8. Okay, so not restarting on the Sony, but it is on the Moto. YouTube. Sony here. eBay. Sony. Chrome. Again, we have Sony there. Modern Combat 5. Okay, so this one is restarting on both phones. And very close, I think, maybe Moto by a millisecond there. And final one, let's go back into Antutu. Okay, so again, Sony by a couple milliseconds. Alright everyone, so let me know in the comment section below which phone you think won. Now overall, I thought this was a very close contest, but I think it does go to the Sony. But again, let me know if you disagree, if you think that the Moto won or the Sony won, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah guys, in terms of speed, both these obviously very close, and there's a lot of other factors that are more important. For example, battery life tests, camera comparisons, and more. And of course I have all that planned, so you can press in the top left corner there to subscribe, or you can click in the bottom right corner to watch another video right now. A lot more speed test comparisons planned as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.